I love math, so I'm here to remind, not to write in ink, but use pencil, because everyone makes mistakes, and everyone has those days. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, don't write in ink.
Hey guys, this is Mr. Eng. Let's go over the 7.5 IM3 Module 2 test, 2.1, 2.5, February 17th. This is version A. Multiple choice directions, circle the best answer. Question number 1, circle the correct answer given the following graph. Point E, if I locate on my graph, is here, and this is touching the x-axis. This is called the x-intercept. Number 2, starting from point C, so I'm going from C to A, so I'm going from C this way to A. Well, we're going up, right, left to right. This would be increasing. Point A or B has a local minimum at -5. So here is A, and here is B. Well, B is here, and you'll notice you're counting down by 0, -5, -10, -15, -20. So that would be choice B. The function has how many turning points? Turning points is going from increasing to decreasing, or decreasing to increasing. It's a U-turn. So here's the U-turn. So that is one turning point. And over here, that is your second turning point. B is the turning point. So that would be 2 is your answer. The graph has a symmetry. So symmetry, even is like the phrase evenly. This one is about a line of the y-axis. So here's my y-axis here in dark blue, and you cannot fold it hot dog or skinny wise, and it would not be the same graph. So it is not even. Let's take a look at odd. Odd would be symmetrical about a point, the origin. So could I rotate this graph here 180 degrees? So one quadrant is 90, and if I brought it over here, would that be the same graph? Okay, you would be close, but you would notice that this point is not, G is not about the origin, so it's not odd. Another way of saying odd symmetry is folding corners, like quadrant. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. You would say corners 2 to 4 or 1 to 3, and that does not. So the answer would be, in this case, neither. This has neither symmetry. Number 2, complete the sentence to describe the end behavior. So this is an even degree, the easiest even degree we know. Is it starts up, ends up, but this one has a negative leading coefficient, so it's going to look like something like that. So the sentence, as x approaches positive infinity, this is going towards the right. So as I go towards the right, where is the arrow? Where is the graph going? The graph is going down. Down would be negative infinity, f of x. That is the y values. This would be going down. So that each row, so rows going this direction, columns are going up and down, contain the digits 1, 2, and 3. Numbers in cages, so cages is the darkened area like this one, but they cannot repeat. So this is the easiest one. There's a freebie, that's a 3. So I'm missing the numbers 1 and 2. Now, this row here, I can put them in here, and that's saying that they subtract to be 1, not -1. So you can leave it there, you can kind of guess. Over here, this one has to add up to 5, so this is bad because these are repeating, so I can't do that. So I'm going to put the 3 there and then 2 here. Okay, let's go ahead and try going up and down. I'm missing 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so then I have some issues here because I can't have another 1 here. So I'm thinking these might have to be switched. And then I can put a 2 here. They're missing a 3 and then a 1. Let's see. Well, still no good. Let's switch those. 2, 1. Okay, those subtract to be 1, subtract to be 2, subtract to be 1, add to be 5, and no repeating columns. Number 4, use the function f of x equals negative 3x to the third plus 6x to the fourth minus 8x squared plus 10x plus 16 to complete the following. What is the degree of this polynomial? The degree is the largest degree. Okay, so, but the graph has to be in descending order. What does that mean? The highest degree goes first, and then the 3, and then the 2, and then the 1, and then the 0. And then the one with the highest degree, that is our degree of our polynomial. The common mistake is to think that it is the first one you see, and it's not 3, okay? Number 5, use the table of values for the function f of x equals 4x to the third plus 6x squared minus 3x minus 2 to complete the sentence. So again, this test was meant to be done without a graphing calculator, so you can just literally take this graph and just graph it. Run it up here. So I'm going to put up positive 50 up here and negative 50 down here. So when I graph this one, negative 3, 1, 2, 3, negative 3, negative 47, something down here. This one, negative 2, still negative. This one, negative 1, 3, so now it's positive. 0, negative 2, so 0 on the x-axis, negative 2. So I have a y-intercept there. 1, 5. So just give yourself a visual, and then you'll see a pattern also with the table of values, 2, comma 48, right 2, up 48. So this is what my graph kind of looks like. And then here we're looking for a relative maximum. And that would actually be this blue point. And this is where x is equal to negative 1 is your correct answer. Now, you might think that 48 is the highest number, so that would be the orange. You're thinking this one. But remember, a maximum is you're going up, then down. It's a mountain, and this one doesn't show a mountain, that's just a straight line. Number 6, is each expression a polynomial? Select a polynomial or not a polynomial. Polynomials have degrees that are, or their exponents are all positive, so no negatives. You can't have variables, so no variables, no fractions or decimals, okay? So this one here is a negative. That would be not a polynomial because That one has a negative. C is a polynomial. You'll notice that these are all whole numbers. Okay. Number 7, which is a simplified expression. So you can do this in 2 ways. You can distribute this negative sign, which basically means you change all of the math operations. So if I did that, that would become the opposite of positive 2. That would become a negative. The opposite of negative 8 was positive 8. Opposite of positive 7 would be negative 7. The opposite of negative 9 is positive 9. And then the opposite of positive 7 would be negative 7. And then I'm going to just write all of these above it. I'm doing this vertically. And you'll notice that these are all like terms. Like terms basically means that they have the same amount of x's in some ways. That's another way of saying it. These are like terms, so you do nothing to those. And then you just do the number in front. 6 minus 2 is 4. 3 plus 8 is 11. X to the third. Remember, you don't change the exponent. Use your calculator, 5x, and this would be negative 2. And so then your correct answer would be C. Did I get it? Okay. Number 8. Which is the following is the expansion of j plus k to the 5th power? I'm just going to just really quickly, I don't have a binomial chart in front of me, so I can just recreate it. And then we're going to the nth power, that is 5. So that would be this row. So 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1 is what I need. And so the only option of that one is B. You'll notice that's correct because you have 5 on the J's, 5 for counting down 3, 2, 1, and then this is J to the 0. And then you'll also notice that it's counting up from the K. So K to the 0, K to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, question number 9, determine the quotient. Write the dividend as a product of the divisor and quotient plus a remainder. So the quotient should tell you you can either do this through long division or you can do this through synthetic division. And I will do both. You can skip to the one you need to know, and then I'll write out the answer from both. So for long division, I have x plus 2. Did you guys hear my burp? Excuse me. 4x to the third plus 23x squared plus 22x minus 10. If you look at your formula sheet, the first thing we need to do is division. And what I'm dividing here is x goes into 4x to the third. And that's just 4 times x times x times x over x. If you cancel these, then you're left with just 4x squared. And that's what I'm writing here. Then we're going to multiply. So 4x squared times x is 4x to the third. And 4x squared times 2 is going to give me 8x squared positive. All right, here's the tricky part. You're going to have to be subtracting. So if I subtract 4 minus 4, I get 0. 0x to the third, I'm not going to write down. And then 23 minus 8 is 15. 15x squared. I'm going to take 15x squared and divide it by x. And if you do that, you realize that your answer is just 15x. And that's right, I write up here. I'm going to multiply 15x times x, which is 15x squared. Oops, forgot to bring that down. 15x times 2 is 30x. We're going to subtract 15 minus 15 is 0, so I don't have to write the first term. And then 22 minus 30 is negative 8x. So I'm going to take negative 8x, and I'm going to divide that by x. So that'll be left with negative 8. So negative 8 times x, I forgot to bring that down again. Negative 8 times x is negative 8x. And negative 8 times 2 over here, that will give you negative 16. We're going to subtract these. Negative 8 minus a negative 8, so that becomes 0. Remember, use your calculator if you're stuck on these. And negative 10 minus negative 16, so that's opposite of negative 16, which is positive. So negative 10 plus 16 will give you 6 as your remainder. Okay, now let's go ahead and do this with synthetic division. I'm going to set this one equal to 0. So I'm turning a factor into a 0. Subtract 2, x is equal to negative 2. That's what goes here on my outside. And I'm going to go ahead and draw my division sign. And then the coefficients, 4, 23, 22, and negative 10. You'll notice there's no missing terms. What that means is it counts down, x to the third, 2, 1, 0, so nothing's missing. And I just write down those numbers, 4, 23, 22, negative 10. Then the first term I'm going to bring down, I'm going to multiply negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. 23 minus 8 is 15. And you'll notice these numbers are familiar because they're the same numbers as when you do long division. Negative 2 times 15 is negative 30. And if I add down, I get negative 8. And that gives me 16. And I add down and I get 6. So this is your remainder. And how we write that is 6 over the factor. The factor is x plus 2. 6 is positive. And then this one is going to become negative 8. That's the constant. There's no x. And then here you're going to add an x. And this one you're going to add another x to the previous one. So that'll be kind of like a 4x squared. I wanted to go through this one using the box method for division. So x plus 2 is going to go out here. And I'm going to make a big deal about this. 4x to the third, that one goes right there. So now I'm going to multiply there on the outside. This will have to become a 4x squared. 4x squared times 2 is 8x squared. 8x squared plus this will equal 23x squared. That one's going to be 15x squared. And then you can just multiply there on the outside. So this will be 15x. Multiply, that'll be 30x. And then 30x plus this will equal 22. This number will have to be a minus 8x. Minus 8, negative 16. Negative 16 plus. So now that I've ran out of numbers, the number here on the outside is actually our remainder. So negative 16 plus the number on the outside equals negative 10. So this will be a plus 6. And then you can write your sentence. And you'll notice that my answers, see if I can highlight it, here and here are the same. So I'll just label the parts. So we need the quotient. The quotient is here and up here. So 4x squared plus 15x minus 8. Next, we need the plus the remainder. So that would be that second part. So write the dividend. I forgot to write the dividend, which is the inside. Dividend is an orange. Dividend. That is 4x to the third plus 23x squared plus 22x minus 10. This is equal to the divisor. The divisor is what's on the outside here. Divisor. And I forgot to write that, so I'm just going to write it over here. It's totally okay because that's a S. Because in multiplication, you can just change the order. Let's make sure that's clear. So this is our answer. Okay, zeros are where they cross the x-axis. So anywhere on there. So, -5. +1 and +4. Okay, the next one, as x on the x-axis approaches positive infinity, so you're going towards the right side. So as I go towards the right, this on the f of x is saying down. So if it's going down, so as I go to the right, I go down, it would be down here. Then as you go towards the left, you're also going down. Okay, now we have to make this connect or work. So there's a bunch of, draw one of them. Notice the only times it crosses the x-axis is doing that. There's one of them. Could, I think, bounce off and come through. Down works. And then I think you can bounce here, come up.
If you love my pretty mud, let's begin to try it with me and you will get the score. Better score, and then try again with me. Let's begin again right now. Again.